Chapter 1. Born in the shadows, Oliver was born behind a bakery, under a rusted drainpipe, on a rainy morning in early spring. His mother was a street cat, quiet, watchful, and tired. He had 3 siblings, but only he survived the first few weeks. The city was no place for a kitten. Cold nights, scraps for meals, and danger around every corner. Oliver learned early to run before barking dogs, to hide from angry shopkeepers, and to wait patiently for a crust of bread thrown out with the trash. He was just a shadow among alleyways. No one noticed. No one cared. But Oliver did not complain. He learned to survive. Still, when he curled into a shivering ball each night, deep down, he wished just once to feel warm, safe, and wanted. Chapter 2. The long winter. As months passed, life on the streets grew harder. Winter came like a cruel whisper. The bakery closed for renovations, and the alley where Oliver had lived was boarded up. Snow blanketed the sidewalks, and the dumpsters no longer held anything edible. Oliver wandered through parks, under cars, behind restaurants. Hunger clawed at his stomach like a second set of teeth. His fur, once soft, grew matted and thin. One day, weak and exhausted, he curled up in an old cardboard box outside a bookstore. He didn't know if he'd wake up again. That's when she found him. Chapter 3. The kindness of strangers. Her name was Lena. She was a young woman with ink-stained fingers and a bag full of books. She noticed the tiny gray ball curled outside her shop. Lena had passed 100 strays in her life. But this one? Something was different. Maybe it was the quiet desperation in his eyes. Or maybe it was fate. She knelt beside the box and whispered, "Hey there, little guy." Oliver flinched. He was too tired to run. She gently wrapped him in her scarf and carried him inside. Chapter 4. A New Beginning. The inside of Lena's bookstore was everything Oliver had never known. Warmth, quiet, and the smell of paper and cinnamon tea. She cleaned his fur, fed him soft food, and made a bed for him beside the radiator. She took him to a vet, gave him medicine, and most importantly, gave him a name. Oliver, she smiled, because you remind me of a brave little orphan from a story. Oliver blinked up at her, his body still sore but his heart beginning to stir. No one had ever named him before. No one had ever called him anything but Stray. Chapter 5. The bookstore cat days turned into weeks. Oliver grew stronger, his coat fuller and shinier. He began exploring the bookstore, curling up in boxes of poetry, batting at bookmarks, and sitting on the counter to watch customers. Soon, he became famous the bookstore cat, with the mysterious past and soulful eyes. Customers came just to see him. Children brought him treats. Authors mentioned him in their dedication. He had gone from scraps to silk pillows, from dodging kicks to receiving gentle pets, from forgotten to beloved. But Oliver never lost his humility. Each night, as Lena closed the store and turned off the lights, Oliver would sit by the window and look out into the alley. He hadn't forgotten. Chapter 6. Giving back one rainy afternoon years. Latora Small. Thin kitten appeared at the back door of the bookstore. Shivering. Alone. Oliver sat on the inside, watching. His eyes softened. He padded to the door and let out a soft meow. Lena came, saw the kitten, and smiled knowingly. Another story begins, she said. They took the kitten in, just like Oliver had once been. And from that day forward, the bookstore was not just a home, it became a haven, a sanctuary for lost cats, for broken things made whole again, and for stories that began in the shadows but found their way into the light. Epilogue. The legacy of Oliver. Oliver lived a long, rich life. He grew old, surrounded by books, warmth, and love. He became a symbol of second chances, a tale told every new visitor. And when the time came for him to cross the final threshold, he passed peacefully, curled beside his favorite book. With Lena's hand resting gently on his back, a brass plaque now hangs by the door. Oliver's Bookstore. Home of the cat who believed in hope, because sometimes the greatest riches come not from gold or fame, but from finding a place where you truly belong.